Hey, how's everybody doing this afternoon? I'm sitting here in my editing bay. So I'm not really in my den. I got two computers here. I'm editing. And I'm working on the documentary, I think You'll Be Alright, which is coming soon. But I just want to talk about some influences real quick. This is a documentary, I've mentioned this before in various different mediums, but I'm a theology student, so if we had to attach like what would my ministry be, it really is like I think, and Bill Maher brought up a great point on Real Time last night. If you watched the one, whatever day I'm recording this, there was a Real Time last night, October 22nd, I believe, and on the Real Time last night, Bill Maher mentioned that we're creating our own social civil war by how we approach certain subjects, and the violent words that we use to approach different subjects. So, obviously the vaccine's important, or an important tool to be able to combat this disease, or not disease but virus, and be able to combat serious illness. And so it's important. It's an important discussion to have, and there are people who have, I believe, legitimate concerns in regards to, the reason they're not getting the vaccine. So I really wanted to kind of address those concerns in a very empathetic way, but then present some really solid facts. And that was really the purpose of doing this documentary, through my own journey of getting the vaccine in this arm, getting the vaccine, and side effects and all that stuff. Just kind of walking you through that. And personally, I don't know if I say this in the documentary, but personally, I honestly, with my research, I really dug the Pfizer. I've talked to people who did the Moderna, talked to people who did the Johnson & Johnson, and I really dug the Pfizer. I mean, I'm not paid by them by any means, but that's the one I really enjoyed. I think, I haven't tried all of them, but I felt like, from talking to people who had side effects, I felt like I had the least amount of side effects with the Pfizer. So, anyway, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is, so what's the look of this documentary? Like, what were some of the things that influenced me? Because I'm very influenced. Like, if you look at some of my other stuff, Christ Complex, Let Them Come Apart. No, that's a book I wrote. Clean Before Loading, and what's the other thing I read? Oh, Last Conversation. Veritas. For years in film festivals, I would call that Vertus because I didn't know Latin. It's actually Veritas. So we'll just pretend like none of that ever happened, because I don't think it's ever been recorded, and we'll call it Veritas. Because I know some Latin. Like, I think that's the only Latin word I know. I know a little bit Greek too. You'll hear me butcher French here in a minute too. So, but three films. One is Gimme Shelter, not the most recent film, the documentary, Rolling Stones documentary. Just because I like the look of the film, it's very dirty, and also I really enjoy the twist at the end, if you want to call it a twist. But anybody who knows history knows that's coming. Let It Be is another one. And I'm not talking because it's going to get remastered, right? Peter Jackson's doing his Beatles documentary, so Let It Be is going to get remastered. I'm not talking about the remastered version. I'm talking about like the bootleg, version that you find that looks like a bootleg. That's it's a very mundane documentary, and so is this. So is the documentary I'm directing. I think it'll be all right. Very mundane documentary, but I just find it like really kind of dirty, just kind of that fly on the wall look. And of course, I think He'll Be All Right. It's done via selfies like this. The whole documentary is not like a huge cinematic thing. I mean, there's a few cinematic shots in it, but it's mostly like this, right? And then Lucifer, yeah, that may be really terrible French there. That is a great short documentary. You actually find it on Tubi if you haven't seen it, where documentary film crew goes into this this volcano that's about ready to erupt. Documentary film crew goes to the volcano. It's about ready to erupt, and they're interviewing people who stayed behind because they were just like, I'm not leaving my home. Cover me in lava. I'm not losing my house. They're going to lose their house, possibly their lives. But it's really interesting. 30-minute, real easy watch. Really easy documentary, but again, just that dirty 1970s, just ooh, like feel like almost like Cannibal Holocaust or something like that. Like it's just this dirty like 1970s feel. It's really cool, kind of cool. So I kind of wanted that look for this film. You may say why? Because I can. That's really the reason. I did it because I can, and I enjoy that look. There's a time, because that makes the most boring documentary interesting to me with that look. My dog in the other room, he agrees too. If I can, I'm going to do it. I like it. So anyway, if you also look on the other films that I've done, not Veritus, but if you look at Last Conversation and Clean Before Loading and not so much Christ Complex, although there is a re-edit of Christ Complex. It's kind of a Grindhouse re-edit that's on YouTube, right? On the YouTube channel. But you look at some of those, it is that kind of like 1970s feel. And I just enjoy it. I enjoy. That's the only thing I really like. I really think this is the last thing I'll say. But I really think like Quentin Tarantino and some of those directors, semi overrated. But that is the one thing I will say about him over and over and over. Even some of his best films, like my favorite film, two favorite films that he's directed, Jackie Brown and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The reason Once Upon a Time in Hollywood works for me is just that it feels so 1970s, you know? And so does Jackie Brown. And I think that, and there's just something about that era of filmmaking that you can just sit down, throw one of those films on, chill out, relax, tune everything else out, and just go on a journey, you know? And that kind of unfolds. And that's what I kind of enjoy about that time. You know, Serpico, films like that, you know? French Connection. You can just tune out and just kind of go on that journey. So, but anyway, that's pretty much it for this. What was I doing? It's so early. Oh, yeah, for the influences for this film. So, I don't know. Like I said, I wish I could show you clips and stuff, but YouTube doesn't like that. They'll say stuff to me or not monetize me or do something crazy. So, but anyway, if you like what you see, if you don't like what you see, subscribe somewhere. There's a bell down there. Subscribe, notify. I don't know, that's what the YouTubers say. I don't really know anything about that. I just hang out and watch. Like I never even did the bell and subscribe thing until recently. Like I started subscribing to everybody now. But yeah, bell, subscribe. And check us out, and we'll have more content. But I want to use short videos like this just to kind of get you, you know. Plus, there's something for everybody. Like I have a dog right here. He will not come up here. See if I can get him to come up here. Oh, that looked terrible. That looked like he was a lot more. He was trying to jump, and I was trying to grab him at the same time. So it looked like a lot worse than what it actually was. But he forgives me, and I feel terrible. So he almost fell. He almost hurt himself. You okay? He's in the documentary too. True story. Anyway, coming soon.